it going, everybody? Welcome back to Palworld. I hope you're having a good one because I am so excited to be back. You joined me here in the middle of just a little bit of mining because I need to get my hands on some stone, and stone mining goes crazy quickly for me at the moment, which is kind of perfect. And honestly, ever since I learned about the whole opening my inventory and using bulk storage thing, it's just become so much easier to do things. And once again, I'm feeling very grateful for all of your feedback and comments and suggestions because I just apparently don't pay attention. That's apparently what's going on here. I don't like to think that that's what's going on, but I've been playing a lot of this game and never considered to look down here at the easy bulk storage button, which is like perfectly labeled. It does what it says on the tin, and at no point, I never quite realized just how big this guy was. Anyway, the reason I wanted all of that stone is so I can go ahead and make myself another 20 legendary spheres, because at the moment, I just have a bunch of regular pal spheres, and those really aren't gonna cut it all that much. And actually, if I'm completely honest with you, I don't want to stand there and make those because there's a lot of other production going on around here at the moment. I've got a bunch of bread being made. I have some plasteel coming together as well. Obviously, we have the ore mine down here as well, where Menacing is. How's Menacing doing right now? That's honestly a pretty good amount of ore. It's going up nice and quickly, which is exactly what we want to see. But the main thing I want to do today is build another base. Now, I'm not going to spend as long on this next base as I did on the one that we have up here in the north, but I do still want to spend a little bit of time on it because what I would like to do is come back over here to the Mushroom Kingdom, as I have lovingly decided to call it, and I do want to build a base somewhere with a bunch of mushrooms around it. And there was actually a really solid suggestion in the comments of the last video from 𝗟𝗜𝗡𝗖, who said you should pack up the hardwood base and combine it with the base you wanted to build for mushrooms. That way you can just use the logging site. You might also want to invest in some actual defensive walls to put around that base, or any base that you can see hostile pals outside of. We might also want to get the cryogenic crusher. It's a level 54 on the tech tree, and you need an ice pal instead of a water pal, but it's much faster. Also loving the building so far. Thank you very much, 𝗟𝗜𝗡𝗖. I appreciate you. And I kind of agree, actually. The desert base is cool, but it's obviously not working the way I wanted it to, since we had to go there and build a little structure for the wood production that I'm wanting. So getting rid of that base, moving some of those pals into another base with mushrooms nearby and all that good stuff is probably gonna be the right thing to do. Now, I do want to just head over this way, and I probably should have just fast traveled over this way because I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember. I don't exactly remember if that was a location with both oil and mushrooms. But if it is a location with both oil and mushrooms, which I mean, admittedly, a few of these spots are, right? If I was to build a base like right next to this oil deposit, I would have mushrooms nearby, and I could also get oil from this, which could potentially double, technically triple my oil production if I got another oil rig up at the northern base. But if I'm completely honest, given that we haven't fully tapped into the oil production at that northern base, I'm a little bit less concerned about more oil deposits than I am about mushrooms nearby. And for that reason, I'm kind of looking away from these flatter areas here, and I'm looking for a space that is just crawling in mushrooms. And if we didn't have a level 52 boss out here, which apparently we have just over there, should I murder you? Maybe. definitely a maybe. Basically what I'm getting at is I want to find somewhere that just has a really good amount of mushrooms, oil be damned, and that's where I'm at. So I'm kind of looking over this way, and I'm kind of thinking that some of this space is pretty good looking for it. I'm kind of looking over there though and thinking that might be even better. But the main thing I need to do is just double check what I get from the different types of mushrooms, because I don't remember, do the blue ones give me something different? So if I take you down, it's mysterious mushrooms, which is the kind of big one that I was looking for. If I just pop over this way, are you going to attack me? You're going to leave me a note? You are going to attack me. What does this give me? This, okay, easy does it. This also gives me mysterious mushrooms. So I guess it doesn't matter too much, all things considered. Also, can you deal with that? Because it's starting to, it's giving me some problems here, and I'd like it to, wow. Okay, well, that was, you know, these things give venom glands and mysterious mushrooms. I wonder if I caught one of these and put it in a ranch, would that give me mushrooms? Because if it did, that would be kind of amazing. Also, a Relaxosaurus Lux, very cool. Still kind of want one. Don't have the Pal spheres for it just yet, but one day, absolutely. Anyway, I'm kind of looking at this space here and thinking it could be kind of a fantastic spot for a Pal box. I'm sort of thinking somewhere like in here and trying to get as many of those mushrooms around here into the area of that Pal box as I can. Over here might not be a bad spot either. And then what I can do is build some bridges across the water. Even over here wouldn't be terrible. Like this little spot down here would have all of those mushrooms and all of those mushrooms, which would be kind of fantastic. And so I guess what I need to test ultimately is what exactly is going to be the best spot for a Pal box out here. I'm kind of looking at this spot and I'm kind of thinking I like this spot, but I'm also thinking it might not be the worst idea in the world to build some foundations up a little bit so I can kind of get a better view of the radius of the Pal box. So if we take out, well, that tree and we just raise this guy up to about there, it's going to complain about being outside of a base area, but that's not the end of the world. We'll put some stairs on it. And then what we can do is just build out a little bit of a platform. Again, this isn't necessarily going to be staying, but I'm hopeful that from up here, can I see the radius of the Pal box? I sort of can. It does cover that island over there. It covers those mushrooms up there for the most part. It covers those mushrooms over there, and obviously it covers these ones here. There is admittedly a lot of water within this space, but I think I can make this work. I'm not certain, but I think I can make this work. And I'm kind of thinking that what I want to do with it is build out a bunch of elevated space. I think that could be kind of cool. So I want to test this. I want to see if I build over this way a little bit, if we do another foundation here, I mean, yes, it's kind of in the water a little bit, but if I keep building just like this, does this run into the land at all? It sort of does. It doesn't have enough support to be built there, but this does. And this then runs into the mushroom, which is fine. So I could do something like this, and that would give me access to get over to this little island, which is kind of what I'm looking for. Now, I would like to avoid getting rid of this mushroom completely. This is all just to test things, by the way. This is not going to be staying right now, but at the very least, I know that this height is kind of good and kind of what we're looking for. So let's take out these stairs. Let's do a foundation here and here. Let me do a little wall just here. And then can I build a Pal box just nicely in line with that wall? Is that going to be an option for me? I could build it there, which I'm kind of okay with. I'd have to go back a little bit further if I wanted to build it the other way around, which I would like to do. So we'll put it right about there. And then how would I make this work? I'd have to put the wall here, right? I think the wall would have to be here. I need to get over the wall, which is apparently the biggest struggle that I'm having today. And then all I should need to do is align it like this, but I'm inside the area. So if I put it there, that's about perfect. It has this space back here for whatever happens when it sort of expands. And I'm kind of okay with that. And then I guess what we do is just build, do I want to just build a bunch of stairs up to this thing on that side? We can get rid of these extra parts over here. Although I do kind of want a bridge going over there. This is also a little bit further away from, I mean, these mushrooms are sort of included. Oh, hold on now. Suddenly, I'm thinking the Pal box needs to come a little bit closer this way. Okay, so now we have this PAL box built, and you might notice it's now inside a building. That's because I spent a little bit longer building this than I would have necessarily wanted to. Mostly because I wanted the PAL box to be inside, and it needs 2 floors worth of spacing above it, so I couldn't just do a little cabin out here. So what I've done now is I've got my bridge, and I also have this little structure, which I think looks fine. I think it looks all right. I did the usual thing that I've been doing lately of putting some stone walls around wooden foundations, so it looks like it's kind of built up on a pretty solid bed of stone as opposed to just being floating wooden foundations. I also thought this little bridge thing looked better around the sides here if it's built on like pillars or posts instead of just the foundations as well. So there's a lot going on here. I think it kind of does what I wanted it to do, and my hope would be that pals can kind of get underneath here if they need to chop down some mushrooms this way. I do have plenty more that I want to build out here before it's fully up and going, and I'm gonna need to figure out where things like our lumbering platform things are gonna have to go. Honestly, probably over here. There is a tree or 2 that spawn in this area, but I'm less concerned about trees than I am about the mushrooms, and I just know for a fact that a tree spawns here. So if we look into production, or we look into, is it production? It's production, right? Yeah, it is production. Logging site 2 needs hardwood and ancient civilization parts. I think the best thing we could do would be to build another guild chest, because that's going to give me access to everything here, and that's going to make my life just so much easier. So let's take a look at what exactly I need for a guild chest. I need refined ingots, I need paldium fragments, I need ancient civilization parts, and we don't actually have the refined ingots. We do have the parts, we do have the fragments though. So what I would like to do is very quickly just stow everything in storage. I apparently don't have these mushrooms in here, which is going to be interesting because I'm going to need those mushrooms in the guild chest. So I'm going to have to get rid of something. Maybe just some of the wood that we have in there. We probably don't need 3 full stacks of wood. If I'm completely honest, that might be a little bit of overkill. I think I'll take the gunpowder out of there for one. I think that's probably fair enough. What can I not put in here? Oh, what are these considered? These are ingredients. Oh boy. So I need to allow ingredients, which means you can go in there. And from here, what else could I get rid of? I guess. You know what? Actually, no. We can get rid of the shotgun shells because I'm not really using those either, which is probably the right thing to do. All of that wood can stay in there for now because it weighs way too much for me to carry around. And then, if I remember right, I needed to grab myself, I guess, a decent half stack. Was it? There we go. We want to put a bunch of these just into my inventory. And what was the other thing that I needed? I've already forgotten. It was paldium and ancient civilization parts. Ancient civilization parts right here. So we are going to take, I guess, 10 of those. And the problem now is that I'm relatively sure my furnaces up here are still being used for all of this plasteel, although this one over here is about to be done. So honestly, I'm going to acquire those, cancel that, and then we'll just do a bunch of refined ingots, of which we can do plenty. So we'll do maybe 100 of them is probably going to be fair enough. And then while I'm here, I can grab these 20 legendary spheres, and we'll see how that works out for us. We have a bunch of refined ingots already coming together, which is beautiful news, although I guess whoever was working on it has given up working on it, which is slightly annoying. We're nearly there, though. We just need another 29 of them. And you know, I was just about to come out here and build this guild chest. And then I realized that actually I don't need to, because the whole point of building this place, which is apparently being visited by the desert town ambassador. What do you want?
Pardon me for the intrusion. Are you the one overseeing this territory? I see. As the rumors say, you certainly possess remarkable skills. I serve as an ambassador in a certain town in the desert region. I happen to hear rumors of a rising star among the pal tamers. To start, allow me to present this as a token of our acquaintance. I trust you will make good use of it.
You gave me 3 diamonds? Is that it? Are you guys just out of here now? Interesting. Okay. Anyway, my point was that I was building this place because we were going to be getting rid of this place. Because, I mean, yes, they're chopping down the hardwood here, but they're not taking down the trees. And so because I can get rid of this place, I can get all of the materials back for all of the things that we have out here, including the guild chest. Now, I'm going to be weighed down by everything I'm doing here, which is going to be interesting, but I can just kind of gradually go around and dismantle every little bit of this. I probably should have left the guild chest alone, to be quite honest with you, but that's totally fine. I'm not really too concerned about leaving some of the materials behind here. If you guys wouldn't mind murdering whatever that is, that would be just great. Anyway, now that we're back here, I can place my guild chest, and I can finally go ahead and store all of this stuff that I don't necessarily need in said guild chest. And that kind of sets me up now to build whatever I need out here, and that's kind of got me really excited. I'm really looking forward to putting this little place together. So let's get started with some really basic infrastructure, because like I said, this area out here is going to be pretty good for pretty much whatever I want to do in terms of infrastructure. It's relatively clear, which is what I'm looking for. I would like everything to be relatively in line though. So I'm wondering if I can get away with this, and then can I get like a lower, I don't know if I can get a lower bit of foundation down here. I'd love to, I just don't think it's going to give me that option, unfortunately. And I don't really want to build, well, maybe I do. Do I want to put my infrastructure up high a little bit, just off the ground? I mean, I could. I don't know if there's any need to do it. It probably should be down there because I think that would look better. So let's just try this again, and let's just see if we line it up with that wall, which we can do to about there. That's relatively in line, which I'm fine with. This still isn't perfectly on the ground, but honestly, it's not the end of the world if it's not completely perfect. I don't love that I can't put that bit there though, which is a little bit unfortunate. So what if we took this out and did a little angled bit of foundation there, and I still can't do one there, which again is completely fine. We'll just double this up back towards the water. We'll take out these parts at the front because we can. And honestly, we can take these parts out as well, because the thing I'm wanting to build is this guy, logging site number 2, and it's going to fit quite nicely just in the middle of all of this. In fact, it would fit in the middle of 2 of them. So we'll save some materials. We can put down a pillar here, and then logging site number 2 is going to go right about there, which will be totally fine. We can take that pillar away and of course put some little railings around it, because health and safety is something that people don't really think about in Palworld, but I'm gonna. The Empire didn't think about health and safety on the Death Star, and look how that went for them. So I'm gonna don't know what it's got nothing to do with anything. I don't know if it's obvious that I've started rewatching Star Wars for the 100th time recently, but it might be. It definitely might be. We'll do something like this as well, because I think that'll look kind of cool, and that gives us our little platform for wood production, which is great. Now I am gonna have to do some thinking about farming. I almost forgot about it there, but I guess maybe this space over here would be good for farming as well. We do really only need a couple of berry plantations. So, I mean, I could even put them inside. I could put them behind this place, which I'm considering doing. I might do some sort of elevated platform around this entire thing, but then that might be a bit too close to this thing, which I don't necessarily want it to be. So maybe I'm not going to do that. Maybe the berry plantations can just go right about there and right about there, just opposite the wood thing. We've made this a little bit wider. It still runs into the ground, which I'm kind of okay with. And this will, I assume, work quite nicely for our food production. I know berries aren't the most efficient thing for pals to be eating, and I know there's better foods that I can get that the pals will be happier with, but for now, this is what I'm going to go with. I'm also realizing that I'm pretty sure I can upgrade this base if I build a cold food box, and then that upgrade's going to apply to just about everywhere. What? Did I just... Hello? Oh my god. Oh my god. Hello? I was... Everything went like really quiet. I heard a noise. It turns out I'm being murdered. Can I... I can't believe I just wasted that sphere. I really... I mean, you're great. You're doing good work, but man, you just murder everything. Anyway, we'll do a normal food box right about here. And then the only other thing I'm going to need to worry about will be pal beds, I suppose. So I think what we'll do for pal beds is I could go for the fluffy ones. That's going to make them happier. We will almost certainly want a hot spring for them as well, now that I think about it, because that is also going to make them that little bit happier, which is... Oh, where am I going to put a hot spring for the pals? That's the real question. What about back here? What if I take this out and we do an extra little bit of foundation or an extra little platform just here? We can then do some little railings around it, and then I can do a little hot spring just here. And I guess that's okay. I mean, it's not the fanciest of hot springs, that's for sure, but it's probably enough, I would hope. I don't know if the pals are going to love it. They might end up feeling a little bit overworked out here, but we'll see how it goes, because that's about all we can do. Now, I do need to figure out who is going to be here, because we do need some pals that can do lumbering. We need some pals that can do watering. We need pals that can do planting, and we need pals that can do harvesting as well as transporting. So quite a bit of a mix of pals going out here. And of course, like I said, we're also going to need some beds for them. So we'll start here in the middle with a fluffy pal bed. We'll do 3 of them across this way, and we can do 1, 2, and 3 of them across this way. So that's 6 pal beds, which is not terrible. And if we look at this place, the main thing I want is lumbering. That's kind of the main point of this. So that's going to be Wumpo. That's going to be Mamarest. That's going to be Mossanda. And honestly, what I might do is just put like 3 Mossandas out here, because they can also do planting, they can do transporting, they can do handiwork. And I think that would be kind of funny to just have a bunch of these guys running around. So honestly, yeah, let me have a look at your traits though. So you have increase. Okay, so you do better dark attack damage, and you also increase my work speed, which sure, you can come out. That's fine. You are a muscle head, so your attacks are better, but your work speed is less. I don't think so. You're a mine foreman, which improves my mining efficiency. And then you're a botanical barrier, decrease in incoming grass damage. So sure, we'll put you 3 out. That's fine. So they can do planting, they can do wood cutting, handiwork, and transport. So the next thing we need is going to be, I guess, watering. And then for that, we have a Relaxosaurus. We also have these guys. I love these guys so much. I really, really love these guys so much. I think, honestly, I'm just going to go with one of these, because we don't really need the Relaxosaurus running around, and it's a glutton, which I'd like to avoid. So that gets our watering, and that gets our planting. We need gathering now, which is going to be a 𝗚𝗚𝗙𝗢𝗄, I guess. We could also get the Shroomer Noct, who can do planting, also wood cutting. I think we just go for the 𝗚𝗚𝗙𝗢𝗄. I think that's probably fine. And then what else am I missing? So you can do planting and gathering. You can do wood cutting. You guys can all do wood cutting. You can do watering. It's transport, I guess, is the other thing I'm missing. Although technically we're kind of covered, because everyone can kind of do transport already. I mean, you can do level 6 transport. You can do level 5. You can do level 5 as well. We're probably good with the 5 pals that we have here right now. The only thing I'll say is that this guy, I mean, bless him, he's doing his best. He's definitely doing his best. Now, I will also say I've got no idea what they're doing right now. I think they're just going around repairing all of the damage that's been done to this base by all of the other pals that have come by. So we'll sort of let them continue to do that, I suppose. And then my hope would be, what are you doing? What are you what could you possibly be repairing out there? I mean, they're fixing everything at this point, which is fine by me. I mostly want to see if they're going to do any work other than repairing everything, because the repairs are great. What would be better is, I mean, you're planting, that's fine. You're gathering. We might need someone else than you to be doing transporting. I'm going to be honest with you. But what are you guys all doing now? So you're all doing some planting, which I guess is fine. I'm probably going to need to start assigning some of you guys to do some things. You're chopping down whatever you're chopping down, I guess, which is fine. You're getting me some fiber, which isn't really the priority that I had in mind, but sure. Oh, no, you are getting, I think you are getting mushrooms as well. Okay. No, that works for me. So they are getting mushrooms. They are getting fiber. They are chopping down everything, I guess. Although I will say, I absolutely think we need some kind of assignment going on here, because I do think they're going to be a little bit all over the place. So if we get ourselves one of these guys, I'm just going to put it, I don't know where to put it, honestly. I think here is probably fine for it. We can take this out of here. We can just get this thing built nice and quickly. And then for work preferences, or rather fixed assignments, let's just make sure that at least one of you is going to be constantly on that logging site, so that we do have a constant stream of hardwood production. And by the looks of it, the other two are going to run around and start taking down all of the mushrooms, which is exactly what we want them to do. That said, I'm now kind of thinking that two of them on the hardwood production might not be a terrible idea. So let's just go to fixed assignments again. Let's get you on hardwood production, and then the other lot of pals can run around and kind of do their thing. And that'll give me a nice source of mushrooms. That'll also give me a source of hardwood. And that is also going to mean that all of these guys are being fed. Although I really, really don't want the mushrooms going into the feed box. That is not where those are supposed to be going. So what I'm going to do is a little something. Can I split this? So if I move half of it like that, yeah, I totally can. I want to just see if this stops them from putting mushrooms in there, because that's kind of not really the point of this whole thing. This is supposed to be just for berries, and then the mushrooms sort of go into regular storage. And by the looks of it, that's exactly what they're doing. They're taking it over to the guild chest, which is exactly what I need them to be doing. So now we have mushroom production, and we can get access to those mushrooms. I say production, we have mushroom gather. Oh my God. He's doing his best, man. It's not much, but he's doing his best. Look at him. Not a thought behind those eyes. You know what? I think having 𝗚𝗏𝗡 around here might actually be a good idea, because 𝗚𝗏𝗡 actually improves everyone else's transporting skill when assigned to a base. So all of these guys are going to be better at transporting now. I don't know if that's going to do much for little Munchil there, but I mean, we can really only do so much with them, so we'll hope for the best. Anyway, I want to come back here to the main base, because as I mentioned way earlier, one of the suggestions in the comments recently was to swap out my grinder over here for something a little bit better at level 54, because we get the cryogenic, not the grinder, the crusher, whatever it is. We want to get the cryogenic crusher, because this is going to just be better than what we have right now. So I'm going to unlock this. I also really want to start getting plasteel armor, but we'll figure that out in just a moment. And I want to see what I need for that crusher. So we need more corrosive solvent. We need 15 more corrosive solvent. And for the life of me, I don't remember what... I need to put signs, man. Is this where I can make corrosive? No, that's a weapon assembly line. Okay, maybe it's... I really need to put signs that tell me what everything is, because I know they're color-coded, but I just don't know what any of the colors mean. So this is where I can make corrosive solvent. We can make a ton of corrosive solvent, by the way, which is very exciting, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm also not going to do transport by pals, because I don't feel like I need to do that. But what I do feel like I need to do is get rid of this old crusher that we have right here and put the new one in this corner, because I think it's going to look really, really cool having this guy just right about, is that the right way around? I think that's the right way around, just right about there. This thing is apparently going to be considerably quicker than what we've been doing so far, although it also happens to need an ice pal to operate it as opposed to a water pal, so we'll have to figure that out. And we do also have the ability to make interesting, so we can recycle spheres back into Paldium fragments, which I wouldn't be against doing if it was, I mean, the regular pal spheres that I have, I'm probably not going to be using anymore. So we could recycle those, but I think what I'm going to do first is just pop downstairs, and whichever Relaxosaurus is not assigned to something is going to be retiring for a little while, unfortunately. So you are doing what right now? You're watering right now? You're watering as well? I don't know which of you is assigned right now. So if we look at the fixed assignments just here, it is that one. The level 37 is permanently assigned to the mill. So the level 35 Relaxosaurus can go away. And then if we sort here by cooling, we have some options. I love that it's going to be this guy. I love it's going to be the King Packer. That's amazing. We could get Foxicle as well, who would be kind of fun and would actually go back and forth between the cooling and a ranch. So actually, it's going to be Foxicle, because now I should be able to just run upstairs here, and if I start some production on that thing, it should mean that Foxicle comes up to do it. So if we were to use whatever, we can use ore for this. Ooh, that's interesting. We can use meteorite fragments. I knew that. Let's just use a bunch of stone to make a bunch of Paldium fragments. We'll go ahead and start that production. And we should, I think, have Foxicle coming up here. Although Foxicle right now, I think, has gone straight to a ranch, which is not really where I need you to be. Interesting. I wish you could set priorities. I wish I could say, hey, do cooling before you do ranching, which I think technically they do. It's just that with the assignment right now, that's not what's going on. So maybe I want to get a different pal for this. Yep. Or I guess I can just have Foxicle on a fixed assignment, and that will work pretty much just as well. I would really like to see how quick this thing goes as well. I'm really, really curious. And yeah, that is considerably quicker, which is kind of just amazing. So that is a really, really worthwhile upgrade. That's kind of fantastic. The only downside, of course, is that Foxicle is just going to stand there until there's more to do with that thing. Also, the fact that this isn't doing anything right now. This thing worked its way through thousands of wheat. So let's just start more production on this because we can. Oh man, you know what I think I'm going to have to do with that Foxicle? I think instead of a fixed assignment, we get rid of the fixed assignment. So we're not going to have you... Wait, did I just do the wrong Foxicle? I might have done the wrong Foxicle. I did do the wrong Foxicle, so that's fine. Let's get that fixed just a little bit. This other Foxicle is gonna go back and forth from the ranch to cooling, which I guess is fine. Maybe both of you should. I don't know, because here's my thinking. I want to build the other food box. I want to build this thing, which needs more palmetal ingots, unfortunately, and needs more cryogenic coolant. I wasn't aware I was going through all of those quite as much as I did. I guess this thing used palmetal ingots. Of course it did. Okay. I want to build this thing anyway because it is going to let me upgrade the base again, and I do feel like that's something I should do. In saying that, wait, is it palmetal ingots or is it something else? It is palmetal ingots. Okay, so in that case, give me those refined ingots. We'll go ahead and make, I guess, a bunch of this, I suppose. I don't want to use all of my ore. I don't know if we need that much palmetal, so let's just do 50 of it for now. And interestingly, this guy is now here at my main base. Huh. Wait, no, are you just gonna, is this the same, this is the same conversation we had earlier. Okay. I mean, thank you, I guess. Okay, sure. I appreciate the, oh my God, that's a lot of ore. Give me all of that and absolutely put that into storage. That's kind of incredible. Absolutely give me all of that. Actually, just thinking about it, I do really want to make some plasteel armor, and we almost have enough Palmetal ingots to do that. But I also, like I said, kind of do want to get the cold food box so I can upgrade the base. So to do that, we're going to need some cryogenic coolant, which we can make plenty of in here. We'll go ahead and make, I guess, 20 of that. It really shouldn't take too long to put this together. I think we need about 15 cryo coolant at the moment. So we'll get this done super quickly. Maybe we swap out the food box that's down on the bottom floor of this place. And is that enough? It absolutely is going to be enough. And then, yeah, we can go ahead and take out all this bread. We can get rid of you. We can grab this little box right here and put it in that spot. This is going to take 17 seconds to put together. Although once everyone, you know, comes over to help me out a little bit, hopefully it's going to go considerably faster. And the other good news is this then gives me a base upgrade, which I absolutely love. This thing also has a ton of space in it, which now has me considering the idea, oh, I'm about to do something I might regret. Actually, no. I'm potentially going to do something I might regret. I was thinking I was just going to go upstairs and try to haul all of the food downstairs, but I realized I don't actually have to do that, I think. So if I take one of each of these out of here, and then I go over to the other side, we'll just grab everything in between, and I take one of each of these out of here, and then I just pop back downstairs. My hope is that I can put all of these into this storage and then very quickly get back upstairs, where my hope now would be to get rid of this and grab all of the things and then use bulk storage to, oh. Oh, I had a feeling it was going to do that. All right, well, it was worth a shot. It was worth the shot. Oh, it's going to take me a minute to get downstairs. Wait, no, it isn't. This is going to be much quicker. This, yeah, that was absolutely, that was so much faster than trying to navigate those stairs. Absolutely, that was the right call. But what we can do now, like I said, is come in here and then just store all of this food in that chest, and that is where it should be. So that's gonna be good. That puts all of our food down here. The only thing we would realistically need to do is make sure that someone is cooling that thing down, which by all accounts should be a foxicle, who I might permanently assign to do it. Although, if I upgrade the base, which now gives me up to 23 pals, I could look into grabbing a little Mao Christ, and then we can just have that little Mao go ahead and cool down the, well, cooler. So if I just go back to the cooler here, we can get, wait, are you not high enough level? What level do they need to do that? Is it level 2? It isn't. That's interesting. Why have I got your work preferences set that you don't want to do that? You absolutely do not. Okay, so now I can get you to go and keep all of the food for all of the base nice and cold. And that means that the spoil time and all of this is even higher, which now means that we're going to have even more food. It also means that everyone comes downstairs to eat now, which hopefully means that they don't get stuck on the stairs as they go upstairs. Hopefully. Oh, and apparently the current base mission is to build a cryogenic crusher, so we can just do this now, which is great. Next up is building a gigantic furnace and the advanced sphere assembly line. That's fine. We can now have up to 23 pals at this base. I don't really know what we're lacking in, if I'm completely honest. So if we just look at Palpedia numbers, who would I want to put out here if we just do Palpedia numbers? I mean, I really don't. I guess more mining would be nice, because we do end up getting quite low on stone. So having someone that's quite good at mining, like the 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗏, might not be a terrible idea. I do kind of like that as an idea. If we look at you, you're a heavyweight, so your defense is increased. And that's pretty good as well. I think we get the 𝗟𝗡𝗏. So we'll grab you, and then we'll just go to fixed assignments. And I think as much as we're just going to say fixed assignment to the stone pit. And that means that we will now have, you constantly doing the iron, and then over here, the 𝗟𝗡𝗏 is going to be doing stone, and it's going relatively quickly, which is what we want. The only thing that concerns me is the coal, because we haven't really been doing much with the coal. So maybe if we just have another little look in here, what are you doing right now? So you can do mining, you can do medicine, you can do handiwork, you can do transport. What if I was to get rid of the lavender and get the 𝗔𝗕𝗢𝗏 out here? And then say that the 𝗔𝗕𝗢𝗏 was going to the coal quarry. Where is the, hold on a minute. Work preferences, where is 𝗔𝗕𝗢𝗏𝗏? You're here. Can I not assign, am I, there you are, you're right at the top. That's okay, I was absolutely just missing him. So now we have someone assigned to all of the mining stations. That's going to give us much more coal, stone, and iron on the regular. We also have the mushroom harvesting from the new base. We still have the hardwood production at the new base. And we have the oil production at the northern base. So production-wise, I think we're in a really good spot. And so I really want to come in here and I really want to make my plasteel armor, which means I need 23 more palmetal ingots. And then for the plasteel helmet, I need even more palmetal ingots. So we're going to need more plasteel and more palmetal ingots for both of these. So if we pop back downstairs and we grab all of these and we grab all of these, and I just put both of those into storage, is that going to be enough to make either of the things that I want right now? It is enough to make the armor, and therefore it is going to be enough to make the helmet. I don't think I want the cold resistant armor, although in saying that, no, the next tower is not in the cold anyway. So yeah, we don't really need the cold resistant armor. We might need it later, but that's fine. I'm going to start with the helmet though, because I want to build up to getting the armor. I know the armor, we're actually going to see it and it's going to look cool, but I'm going to start with the helmet, which means we're going from 150 defense, 350 health to 260 and 300. And it is still hidden. That's sort of what it looks like there. I don't love the helmets in this game. I'm going to keep it hidden because I might as well. And then from here to make the armor, we need 20 palmetal ingots. So I guess we'll pop downstairs to here and we can go to this guy and we can get ourselves 20. In fact, we'll do 10 palmetal ingots here. We'll cancel this production and we'll do 10 palmetal ingots here. Because if I can get 2 pals working on it, it is going to go just that little bit quicker. Oh, now hold on a second. So I'm about to make this plasteel armor, right? That's what I'm looking for. It's 385 defense, 1300 health. Or the lightweight plasteel, which is 400 defense, 1300 health, and also increases my carrying capacity. I need to be level 55 is what I'm thinking here. I think level 55 is absolutely the way to go. Also, for the next level at the base, it was what, gigantic furnace and advanced sphere assembly line. So the advanced sphere assembly line is down here at level 58, and so is the gigantic furnace. That's fine by me. I really, really want level 55. I think it's going to make more sense because we're almost there, right? We're quite close to it. We need some corrosive solvent as well. So if I just pop downstairs, I can go ahead and queue up a bit of corrosive solvent. We'll do maybe 100 of it. Not that we need 100, we need like 3, but we'll just queue up 100 because it's something that keeps coming up, which is completely fine. The pal metal ingots are done, which is great. So those can go into storage. And then I want to come up to this new base because I want to start capturing things. I want to see if I can manage to get level 55. I mean, we're still level 54. We're not too far away from 55. And there are just a tremendous number of pals out here that I would very much like to get my hands on. So this seems like as good an opportunity as any to do that. I'm not particularly interested in the little frog fella there. I don't really think we need him. I do see a shroomer knocked over here. And what I'm wondering is if I was to attack you myself, am I going to be able to do enough damage to get your... Yeah, I can definitely get your health down. As long as you don't kill me in the process, I should be able to do enough damage to you. And I know I can't kill you. That's the other thing. So I can just kind of keep wailing on you. We get the mercy hits, and then I do this. And I mean, 42% is fine, 50% and 100%. How many of these have I caught? That is my second. Oh boy. Okay, so I need to find 3 more of those, which is going to be something. But nonetheless, this right here is hopefully going to be number 3. I'd really like to not burn through legendary spheres super quickly. So yes, that is number 3. And then right here, assuming they don't murder me, is hopefully going to be numbers 4 and 5. So we'll just try and do as much damage as we can to both of them, which is going about as well as could be expected, I guess. I think this is the first time in ages I've fought pals just sort of on my own. But it's going okay. We'll get you. And like I said, that is hopefully, going to be numbers 4. And are you number 5? You are, I said, are you number 5? 50%, 56%. And that's number 5. And that was not enough to get me level 55. But it's pretty friggin' close. So let's go find something else to catch out here. Wait, what the hell are you? What are you? You look really cool and mean. Got like a moon thing behind you. I've never seen one of these before. Also level 50 and I'm picking a fight with it. This might be risky. Oh, my shields. Oh, that hurt. I'm not putting a pal on you though, because it will probably, oh my sweet baby Jesus. What the hell is that? And why is it still going? Okay, I'm just gonna try. I need my stamina to recharge, man. This might, what the hell is, what are you? Wait, this is a meteorite site. Oh, you're like an alien. That's what you are. And have I caught you? I've caught you. Amazing. The object floating behind, resembling the moon, is said to gradually become more circular with each passing generation. No one knows what happens when the moon is full. Okay. I mean, that thing was cool as hell. I'm just saying, that was really cool. We also have a shroomer over here. I do have some 𝗟𝗓𝗢𝗄 that way that I could go catch, but I think, honestly, the shroomers I'm slightly more interested in, even though that one's getting away. So you know what? Change of plans. We'll go for the 𝗟𝗓𝗢𝗄𝗓s. They are level sort of 47, 46. That's fine by me. I've caught one before as well, so it's probably going to be a little easier to grab these guys, assuming they don't land on me, which they seem determined to do. But again, I can just sort of wail on them a little bit, throw cats at cats, and eventually we are hopefully going to be looking at 𝗟𝗓𝗢𝗄 number 3, and hopefully you are going to be 𝗟𝗓𝗢𝗄 number 4, which means I just need to grab one of those ones over there for 𝗟𝗓𝗢𝗄. Can you enough of this and get in the friggin' sphere? Really? Okay, I'm about to take my ring of mercy off and start kicking some serious ass. There we go. That's also level 55, which is perfect. I don't need to grab another 𝗟𝗓𝗢𝗄, but honestly, might as well. I might as well get the little bonus for having 5 of these things. So we'll try and just take the health of that one right there down. We'll try and grab him. And then honestly, we'll get you out here to wreck the rest of them, because I think, yeah, we did manage to get that one. We managed to take that one out. And then this last one is... What are you doing? What are you? Oh my god. Oh, I love you. I love that pal. That's such a good pal. Anyway, lightweight plasteel armor. Yes, please. Ultra shields. Yes, please. And Lily's spear. It punishes those who neglect their pals. I mean, I could. I absolutely could. And I'm slightly tempted because I haven't been using the assault rifle for... I can put a saddle on that thing! Oh, absolutely. Don't mind if I do. I also kind of forgot that I can put saddles on that golem thing as well. We're absolutely going to have to do that. But first things first, let's just enhance my stats. Let's go for more stamina because I might as well. And now we can go ahead and make the lightweight plasteel armor. So let's start putting this together, which looks like it's going to take a hot minute, but also looks like it's going to look really, I was going to say really cool. I look like a friggin' dork. What the hell, man? Hold on a minute. Is that seriously what it's meant to look like? Is that, wait, is that what all play? Hold on. What the hell is this? I look like an idiot. The sword isn't helping, to be fair. I look like I'm gonna go invade the planet Namek or something like that. This is not what I thought this was going to look like. And now I'm wondering if the other ones are the same. When do I get more armor? Level 59, I get Hexalite. I think that's what I need to start really working towards. I mean, level 60. I need level 60 anyway, because that's where the, I think the next tower is level 60. So, I mean, arguably we could probably do the next tower at this point. We have some pretty strong pals, but, yeah, this is not, this is not what I thought this was going to look like in the slightest. Anyway, if I wanted to get a saddle for the 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗙𝗢, I absolutely could, which is pretty cool. And then for this guy, I would need just a bit more leather. So that's kind of cool as well. Yeah, this this was a little bit unexpected, I've got to be honest. Who can I swap out here to bring that 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗙𝗢 thing with me? I also don't know what its Palpedia number is. It's right there. I really wish... So, Gale Claw enables high-speed gliding and allows shooting with the right hand. I mean, glider performance boost is S. So if I look in here, I know we do have other gliders that we can get our hands on. If I just search for glider, that would probably help me out a little bit. This thing... I don't know if this thing is any better. I mean, level 52, hyperglider, gigaglider. I honestly don't know. Because I would love to be able to, like, have another pal in my party that's not Gale Claw. But as it stands right now, Gale Claw is, like, irreplaceable because of the glider perks. So... I mean, 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗙's really cool. I mean, 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗙 also does a lot more damage than this thing, but this thing also looks really neat. Can be ridden as a flying mount. Hold on now. Now that changes things. Because if I can have you as a flying mount, assuming you're not really slow, you might be better than 𝗟𝗟𝗡𝗙. Oh my god, I look amazing. Oh wow. Oh no, this is my new main flying mount. Oh, I love it. Oh, this is the coolest thing. Oh my god, I look fabulous. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I'm so glad I found this stupid thing. Oh my god. Also, I can just like do this. I mean, I can't hit that thing over there. It's a little bit too far away, but that is ridiculous. I love this thing. I really do. Anyway, I guess that's probably going to do us for today. On one hand, I feel like we haven't done too much. On the other hand, we have gotten to level 55. We built that other base, which is arguably more efficient than the desert base that we had before it, and it's giving us mushrooms, which I don't even know if we urgently need mushrooms all that much anymore, but it's another thing that we now have, and that's something that makes me quite happy. And of course, we have this friggin' thing. This pal is kind of amazing. So I'm very, very happy with what we've got done here. I do think I want to start exploring a little bit more though, because these areas down here, we haven't been to them yet. And I'm pretty sure these are the sanctuary things that the first boss mentioned to us. I think the 𝗔𝗕𝗢𝗙 thing, I can't remember its name, whatever it was, the first boss's pal. I think you can get it down here because I think she mentioned that you can get it down here. I also want to check out some of these islands out here at some point as well. And now that we have this better flying pal, it's going to be a little bit easier to do that. So I definitely want to do some exploring. I want to capture a bunch of pals. So I think between episodes, between this one and the next one, I'm going to just get all the materials that I need to make a bunch of great pal spheres. And so when we jump into it next time, we can capture everything, we can fight everything, and that's also going to help us get us closer to level 60 so that we can go, actually, this tower is level 55. We can go and do it now. Okay, that might change things. I still want to go on adventure. I think we're still going to do that, but I'm no longer as concerned about getting to level 60. That's good. That's actually okay. We've made more progress today than I thought we did. Either way, like I said, that's going to do us for today. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. This has been an absolute pleasure, as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.